Millions of men are eating something every morning that kills the body's ability to produce testosterone without even knowing it. And meanwhile, a cheap ingredient that you probably already have in your house can reverse this process in weeks. Men are reporting changes they haven't felt in over a decade. I am Dr. Natália Castro, and I'm going to show you exactly what's happening. But first, you need to know what the silent mistake is that's destroying your male hormones right now, because it doesn't matter if you add anything good if you keep feeding the problem every morning without realizing it. There's a deadly trio in the Brazilian breakfast that's literally blocking your body's hormone production: white bread, processed cereals, and boxed juice. You see this everywhere. It seems normal, everyone consumes it, and that's exactly why it's so dangerous. What happens in the body when you eat this is devastating. Your blood sugar spikes in just a few minutes. The pancreas panics and releases a flood of insulin to try to contain the disaster. And that's where the real problem starts. High insulin is the #1 killer of testosterone. It's not an exaggeration, it's not a theory. It's pure biochemistry. When insulin rises, testosterone plummets automatically. Research shows that chronically elevated insulin can reduce testosterone by up to 25%. A quarter of your masculinity destroyed just by what you ate for breakfast. And there's more. These same foods trigger inflammation throughout the body, accelerate belly fat accumulation, which acts like a factory converting testosterone into estrogen, and create a vicious cycle that's impossible to break. 2 hours after eating, you crash. Brutal fatigue, irritation, desperate hunger, uncontrollable cravings for more carbs. It's a metabolic prison. Every time you eat thinking you're nourishing yourself well, you're actually shutting down your hormone production for hours, fueling chronic inflammation, storing visceral fat, and programming your body to run in emergency mode all day long. Now that you know what's killing your testosterone, I'm going to reveal what to eat to rebuild it naturally. And the answer will surprise you because they've been unfairly demonized for decades. Eggs are possibly the best food for male hormonal health that exists. They contain high-quality cholesterol. And cholesterol isn't the enemy, it's essential. Your body literally uses cholesterol as the fundamental raw material to manufacture testosterone. Without adequate cholesterol, hormone production is biologically impossible. Eggs also provide complete protein with all the amino acids needed to preserve muscle mass. And muscle and testosterone work together. More muscle generates more testosterone. More testosterone builds more muscle. They have vitamin D concentrated in the yolks, which functions almost like a hormone, regulating thousands of bodily processes, including testosterone synthesis. They have healthy fats that signal to the body that resources are abundant and it's safe to produce hormones. But eggs alone aren't enough. When you combine them with a specific ingredient, something extraordinary happens that multiplies the hormonal effect exponentially. Which symptom worries you the most? Comment #1 if it's constant lack of energy. #2 if it's weak erections. #3 if it's loss of sexual desire. Your response helps me create more useful content for you. This ingredient that multiplies the power of eggs is extra virgin olive oil. Not just any common oil, it has to be extra virgin, cold pressed, of maximum quality. Olive oil contains monounsaturated fats that have been studied extensively for decades. Research shows that men consuming a diet rich in extra virgin olive oil have significantly higher testosterone levels. These aren't small improvements. They're differences you feel physically in your body, in your energy, in your desire, in your vitality. Olive oil contains oleuropein, an extremely potent antioxidant that protects testosterone-producing cells from accumulated oxidative damage. Think of the testicles as a factory operating 24 hours a day, continuously manufacturing testosterone. With the passing years, especially after 50, this factory suffers progressive damage from free radicals, oxidative stress, and chronic inflammation. Oleuropein acts as a protective shield, keeping this factory running optimally for much longer. The monounsaturated fats in olive oil help the body maintain a healthy and stable hormonal balance. They're exactly the type of fat the endocrine system needs to function properly, produce hormones efficiently, and keep cell membranes flexible and receptive. When you combine eggs with extra virgin olive oil, you create a perfect hormonal synergy. Eggs provide cholesterol, proteins, and vitamins as fundamental building blocks. Olive oil provides monounsaturated fats that signal it's safe to produce testosterone abundantly. Plus, it protects newly produced testosterone from degradation. It's like having the best fuel and the best motor oil working together simultaneously. Together, they create a hormonal environment where the body naturally elevates and sustains healthy testosterone levels without medications, without injections, without expensive supplements. You're working with biology, not against it, providing your body exactly what it's been asking for all this time. Now I'm going to show you exactly how to prepare it for maximum hormonal benefit. It's not just about eating, it's about eating the right way in the right amount, with the right preparation to maximize the impact on testosterone. It's a simple protocol you can start tomorrow without special equipment or advanced cooking skills. Every morning, eat 2 to 3 whole eggs. Whole means complete yolk and white together. I know you've been told for years that whites are healthy and yolks should be discarded, but that's a terrible mistake for testosterone. The yolk concentrates exactly what you need: necessary cholesterol, vitamin D, beneficial fats, essential fat-soluble nutrients. Discarding the yolk is discarding what your body needs most to produce male hormones. Cook them however you prefer: scrambled, fried, boiled, omelet. The method doesn't matter as much. The critical part is cook using a generous tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. Don't use regular butter, refined vegetable oil, or non-stick spray. Heat the pan over medium heat. Add the olive oil. Let it warm slightly without smoking. Cook the eggs in that golden, aromatic olive oil. Here's the part that makes all the difference. When you're done cooking and plating them before they cool, drizzle another generous tablespoon of raw, extra virgin olive oil directly on top of the hot eggs. Why twice? When you cook with olive oil, the hot fats help absorb fat-soluble vitamins from the eggs, like vitamins D, A, E, K. These vitamins need fat to be efficiently absorbed by the intestines. However, heating olive oil partially degrades delicate compounds like oleuropein. It doesn't destroy them completely on medium heat, but they lose some potency. That's why the raw olive oil on top provides a full, intact dose of bioactive compounds, directly supporting hormonal health. That's 2 tablespoons in total, about 30 ml of extra virgin olive oil per breakfast. It might seem like a lot if you're not used to it, but these monounsaturated fats are exactly what the body needs to produce testosterone. Don't fear healthy fats, your body is begging for them. Now, many men facing prostate issues, erection problems, or low energy after 60 make basic mistakes that worsen everything without realizing it. That's why I created a complete medical guide showing exactly what to avoid and what to do. The link is pinned in the comments. It's material that can prevent years of unnecessary suffering. Additional tips to maximize results: add quality sea salt and freshly ground black pepper. Salt provides essential minerals for thousands of enzymatic reactions, including hormone production. Pepper contains piperine, scientifically proven to significantly increase nutrient absorption, helping your body make the most of every bite. If possible, optional but highly recommended, add fresh vegetables like spinach, peppers, onion, mushrooms, or tomato. Vegetables provide antioxidants that protect testosterone producing cells from daily damage and fiber that eliminates excess estrogen through the digestive system. Less estrogen means more room for testosterone. With just 5 minutes a day, you're investing in male vitality for the entire day. It's not complicated. It doesn't require exotic ingredients. You don't need to be a chef. It just requires commitment, consistency, and the will to take care of yourself seriously. But there's something even more powerful than what you eat. It has to do with when you eat. Timing can be as important as the foods themselves. Your body doesn't produce testosterone uniformly over 24 hours. There's a specific natural rhythm called the circadian rhythm that governs practically all hormonal functions. Understanding this rhythm is key to intelligently maximizing testosterone production. Most testosterone is produced during sleep, especially deep restorative sleep. The body works intensely during those hours, repairing tissues, consolidating memories, and manufacturing essential hormones. Testosterone production reaches its maximum peak between 6 and 8 a.m. when you wake up or shortly after. That's the golden moment, the window where hormone levels are naturally at their highest point of the entire day. From that morning peak, testosterone gradually decreases throughout the day, reaching its lowest point at night before sleep when the cycle restarts. When you eat this breakfast between 6 and 9 a.m., you provide your body exactly the building blocks it needs: cholesterol, healthy fats, complete proteins, right when the body is most receptive and prepared to use them for hormone production. It's like watering a plant when it needs water most, or charging a battery when it's fully depleted. Timing is absolutely crucial. Endocrinology research has shown that men who consume a breakfast rich in proteins and healthy fats early maintain higher testosterone levels throughout the day, compared to those who eat late, eat refined carbs, or skip breakfast altogether. When you skip breakfast or eat late after 10 a.m., you disrupt that delicate rhythm. The body produced testosterone overnight, reached the morning peak, and now expects resources to maintain that high level and continue production during the day. But if you don't provide adequate cholesterol, fats, and proteins, the body starts degrading the produced testosterone without materials to replenish it. It's like building a house overnight and not maintaining it during the day. Eventually, without repair materials, the house deteriorates quickly and collapses. The same happens with testosterone when you don't feed your body correctly at the right time. Eat this breakfast as your first meal, ideally within the first hour after waking and definitely before 9 a.m. You'll be working with biology, not against it, leveraging the natural testosterone peak your body already produces on its own and giving it exactly what it needs to keep that level elevated much longer. It's not just about eating well in general, it's about eating intelligently, according to your body's own biological clock, following ancestral rhythms that have governed male physiology for millions of years of evolution. I know some of you are thinking, but doctor, what about cholesterol? Aren't eggs dangerous for the heart? I've heard my whole life that I should limit eggs because they raise cholesterol and cause heart attacks. Let me clarify this persistent and harmful myth once and for all. This is probably the lie that has harmed men's health the most in recent decades. The idea that eating eggs will dangerously raise blood cholesterol and severely damage the heart. Let me be absolutely clear. Absolutely Multiple rigorous studies from recent decades, published in the world's most prestigious medical journals, have conclusively shown that for most people, dietary cholesterol, the cholesterol you eat, does not significantly raise blood cholesterol. Your liver is incredibly smart and produces most of the cholesterol naturally. When you eat more cholesterol in your diet, the liver simply reduces its own production, automatically compensating. It's an extraordinarily sophisticated self-regulating system evolved over millions of years, maintaining perfect balance. In fact, and many doctors now openly recognize this, eggs can actually improve your cholesterol profile by increasing HDL, the good cholesterol that protects arteries and the heart from cardiovascular diseases. They're not the enemy you've been led to believe for so long. And here's the crucial point that almost no one mentions. Low testosterone is a much greater risk factor for heart disease than eating eggs could ever be. Epidemiological studies are clear and compelling. Men with low testosterone have significantly higher rates of heart attacks, strokes, heart failure, and overall cardiovascular mortality compared to men who maintain healthy testosterone levels. Testosterone protects the heart in multiple complementary ways. It helps keep blood vessels flexible and healthy, reduces arterial inflammation, improves lipid profiles, helps control body weight, and dramatically improves insulin sensitivity. When testosterone is chronically low, you lose all these natural cardiovascular protections simultaneously. So, by supporting testosterone with this simple eggs and olive oil breakfast, you're not risking your heart, you're actively protecting it. You're reducing the real cardiovascular risk, not increasing it as the outdated myth would have you believe. It's exactly the opposite of what popular belief claims. Let me tell you about Roberto, 61 years old, who came to my office completely defeated. He told me, "Doctor, I wake up more tired than when I go to bed. I have no energy for anything, not even for things I've always loved doing. I've completely lost interest in intimacy with my wife. She thinks I don't desire her anymore, that I don't find her attractive, but that's not it. I simply don't feel anything anymore, as if that part of me has been completely shut off." Roberto confessed to having tried various expensive supplements he saw advertised online. Exotic herbs promising miracles, all kinds of magic pills. Nothing worked at all. He felt totally defeated, as if his vitality was slipping through his fingers without being able to do anything about it. I explained exactly what I'm explaining to you now. I talked about the importance of eggs, quality olive oil, and the correct morning timing. I gave him this exact protocol that you've just learned. 2 to 3 eggs cooked in extra virgin olive oil with more raw olive oil on top every day, without fail between 7 and 8 a.m. But I also asked for other important lifestyle changes because testosterone doesn't exist in isolation. It's connected to everything else in the body. I asked him to seriously improve his sleep quality. Go to bed at the same time every night, sleep in a dark and cool room. I asked him to walk 30 minutes every day. Nothing strenuous, just a steady, moderate pace. I asked him to drastically reduce sugar and refined carbs from his entire diet. Roberto committed for real. It wasn't easy at first, he told me later. But he stayed firm and consistent because he was desperate to get his life back. After a few months following the protocol consistently, without skipping days or making exceptions, Roberto returned to the office completely transformed, physically and mentally. He was literally a different man. He said with tears in his eyes, "Doctor, I don't know how to explain it right, but I feel like myself again for the first time in years. I have real, genuine, consistent energy. Not that fake, jittery energy from caffeine that crashes later, but stable energy throughout the entire day without dropping. Morning erections have returned strongly. something I haven't experienced in years. My wife and I have recovered our lost intimacy, our emotional connection, and it's been amazing for both of us. I feel alive again. I feel like a real man again. His blood tests showed remarkable improvement in measured hormone levels. But more important than any number on paper, he genuinely felt good. He looked good in the mirror. His life had changed for the better in a tangible way. I'm not saying everyone will get exactly the same identical results as Roberto, because every body is different. Every situation is unique. Every man has his own individual starting point. But I've seen this transformation happen repeatedly with men who seriously commit to this simple yet powerful change. I've seen men recover lost energy, sexual desire, masculine confidence, and the feeling of being truly themselves. And it all starts with something as simple as changing what you eat for breakfast every morning. Here's the complete summary of everything you need to know and do starting tomorrow. First, completely avoid the silent testosterone killers in breakfast. French bread, sugary processed cereals, processed boxed juices. These foods spike insulin violently, and high insulin mercilessly slaughters testosterone. Eliminate them entirely from your morning routine. Instead, eat 2 to 3 whole eggs, not just the whites separated, but complete eggs with the golden yolks full of essential cholesterol and nutrients. Cook them in a generous tablespoon of quality extra virgin olive oil. When they're ready on the plate, drizzle another tablespoon of raw olive oil on top while still hot. Add sea salt, freshly ground black pepper, and if you can, some fresh vegetables you like. Do this every morning without fail between 6 and 9 a.m. during that golden window, when testosterone is naturally at its peak and needs the right resources to stay elevated throughout the entire day. This simple habit, done consistently for 30 consecutive days, can radically transform how you feel day to day, how you see yourself in the mirror, how you experience your own life. Now, before I say goodbye, I want to ask you something important, something that requires total honesty with yourself. Are you really ready to commit to this change for the next full 30 days? I'm not talking about trying for a few days and then forgetting when it gets hard. I'm talking about real, serious, consistent commitment to yourself. Write yes in the comments if you're going to start tomorrow morning. Because when you commit publicly here, when you declare it in front of other people, you're much more likely to actually follow through to the end. Do it now. Write yes and become part of this growing community of men who refuse to accept decline as inevitable and irreversible. If this type of content helps you, if you believe information like this can change lives without empty promises, subscribe to the channel, because here we talk about what almost no one explains with clarity and honesty. Always remember this with absolute clarity. Your health isn't determined by the age on your ID. It's not set in unchangeable stone. It's not an inevitable fate you have to accept passively without fighting. Your health is determined by the conscious decisions you make every day, by the foods you choose to put on your plate, by the habits you cultivate over time, by the respect you show yourself. And sometimes the most powerful and transformative decision you can make is also the simplest to execute day to day. Change what you eat for breakfast every day. Your health is in your hands. Take care of yourself seriously, and we'll see each other very soon.